Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone and rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way in hell, man. But you know what? In Esau's kingdom, this doesn't surprise me, because this is a wicked kingdom. So, scriptures goes into how when a rich man is overthrown, people help him when he speak. They extol his words to the clouds. But when a poor man speaks and he slip it, they seek to overthrow him. But you got this grimy ass nigga by the name of NBA Youngboy, this grimy ass 2/3 nigga that these little YNs and that these little tropaholics out here, these young cats, even these young bitches stand for YB. You got YNs and YBs, or YNBs, okay, which stands for young niggas and young nigga bitches. All right, they love this nigga, man. All right, which he generates, and he promotes death, murder, trap music, drug dealing, shooting and killing you on. And the crazy part about it is that he promote all this violence on his own people. But yet it says the mayor of Kansas City declared September 21st as NBA Youngboy Day to be celebrated every year after he sold out his concert last night. Ain't no fucking way. But the mayor of Kansas City, he's a degenerate any goddamn way, and he's a mo. And it's all about capitalism and greed. Okay, that slimy, bald head, putty patrol looking nigga, he don't give a damn about niggas, man. All right, because his head is too far up the so-called white man's ass. But to show you, we live in a real grimy and a fucked up world, man, because ain't no way in hell this grimy ass nigga gets his own holiday for selling out a concert full of 2/3, which the 2/3 are exalted here, man. Which shows you that we ain't in our kingdom. Clearly, because since when is wickedness exalted? And I get it, certain rappers, they have accomplishments. Like you got Michael Jackson, you got Prince, you got Bone Thugs and Harmony. They got their own street that they grew up on, named after them, which, because they've done a lot of community outreach, and they've brought back so-called positivity to their old neighborhood where they grew up at. But it's still bullshit though, man, because that's your consolation. All right. But it says NBA Youngboy is an official. Let's see what the news say. Let's see what this hold on.
Center is offering refunds after canceling a rapper's concert.
NBA Youngboy was supposed.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, they canceled that nigga shit, and they probably canceled it because of the violence. Because usually when guys like him throw concerts, niggas like that, they get to shooting shit up because they come there all perked out, lean, dope, drunk, all of Percocets. They come in there turned up, and then the violence erupts because the vibration that these men push. But it says NBA Youngboy Day is an official recognized holiday in Kansas City, Missouri. Established on September 21st, 25, to honor the artist. The proclamation by the Kansas City leaders recognized his influence on music, youth culture, and community outreach, including his Stop the Violence campaign. Yeah, but you promote it in your music. To honor was given during a sold-out concert as in a city as part of his Make America Slam Again tour. Hell nah, man. And when you look at this nigga, he just looks grimy. Like, he don't even look like he knows he don't deserve the award. He's looking like, man, I don't deserve this shit. And he's high out his goddamn mind, man. But young niggas love this nigga, because he generates a lot of revenue to this city. Because Kansas City, they're trying to compete with major cities in America like Chicago, LA, New York, Dallas. So they're trying to compete in the likings of those big prominent cities, as Kansas City is one of the quickest growing city when it comes to inflation in 1 year. I think in 1 year we saw anywhere between 17 and 37% in increase in inflation when it comes to food and housing. So yeah, they do anything to gather money here. But ain't no way in fucking hell. This is a damn joke. And you people out here, this is why Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this place. All right, so I did a Grok search on this guy. And it says here, NBA Youngboy, born Kentrell Deshaun Golden, he's basically he's a degenerate. All right, like I don't listen to the niggas' music, and I listen to rap and all that other dumb shit, because the beat it got to it, and sometimes it just gets you in an upbeat spirit. But nowhere in hell do I promote the likings of this modern day rap, man. Okay, honestly speaking, like Jay-Z and Kanye. Well, like I like Kanye. I like Jay-Z's older music and shit like that, but they ain't really, they ain't really nothing. I like Michael Jackson. I like Prince. I like Al Green. I like Freddie Jackson. I like what's my guy name? Luther Vandross. Everybody loves Luther. You know, shit, hell, even a lot of old Will Smith's old music. Going back into the time when he was known as the Fresh Prince. He had a song called "Summertime." That was a dope song. I still play that song to this day because it has a nostalgic feeling to it. And then I like Bone Thugs. That's one rap group that I get down with because you kind of grew up on it and you relate to shit. But other than that, I don't fucking swear by these entertainers because they all sold out at the end of the day. But anyway, it says here, a southern hip hop with strong elements of trap and gangsta rap. What is trap? Drug dealing, murdering, all that bullshit. They keep niggas in a low frequency. And this is why Jake rides around and hitting up jewelry stores and pulling out switches on each other because they listen to music like this. Because music ultimately, it promotes frequencies. It's a frequency. Everything that you do has vibration to it. From the music you listen to the content you surround your mindset with, to, the way you're moving in life. Everything is based on vibrations, man. And this frequency of this present evil world is currently off. And it has to be put back on track. But that's only going to come about when Yahweh Shai returns and put Esau out of commission because Esau is the primary culprit. Okay, without Esau, there will be no NBA Youngboy because you better believe that all his managers and his executives are small hats that promote this shit. But yet we get kicked offline for saying that, certain talking points about politicians and going up against the small hats and shit like that. We get kicked offline for bringing out truth talking points, but niggas like this get to promote killing other Jakes and, prostituting women and all this other stuff, man. Which shows you that this world is full of fucking hypocrisy. But it says here, with strong elements of trap and gangster rap, it says his music often features melodic vocals, aggressive delivery, and themes down from street life, personal struggles, and the emotional introspection, which is the curses, blending raw rap flows with singing influences from Baton Rouge artists like Boosie Badass and Kevin Gates, which is two other degenerates. It says he also experimented with subgenres like rock rap and tracks such as emo rockstar, incorporating rock-inspired elements into his hip-hop sound. Okay, so basically he's a nigga, but it makes every sense in the world. All right, so this is the book of Ecclesiastes 10:6. It says, folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in low place. And to be technically honest with you, the rich is really talking about the elect. Yeah, the 2/3, they're considered the rich too because they are Israelites, but we sit in a low place, man, because without us shucking and jiving and cooning, we don't get no recognition here. We don't get no type of kudos or any of that. Especially men like us. Men like us, we're totally just we're the bottom of the barrel. We're the bump stock of the fucking weapon that keeps it up, man. Or you the tripod to the sniper rifle, so to speak. And that just how it is on this side, because that's the way that the Lord has it set up. But in the new world to come, we're gonna be the celebrity. We're gonna be the creme de la creme. Okay, we're gonna be the ones that the whole entire world looks up to and seek to for advice. We're going to delegate world affairs and we're going to run ecosystems and economies. We're going to do that. Not you 2/3. Even though you 2/3 will be in rulership, but you're not going to have the glory that the 1/3 or the elect will have. Okay? And it says, I've seen servers upon horses and princes walking as servers upon the earth, man. But nonetheless, it says, folly is set in great dignity. Folly. Foolishness. Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm going to start at verses... Let's start at verses 4. It says, and the door should be shut in the streets, and at the sound of the grinding is low, and he should rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music should be brought low, because this music is trash, brothers. Okay, this music is horrible, to say the least. Okay, it has different melodic to it, but there's no connection with it anymore. It's just empty vocals, so to speak. Yeah, you may have a dope beat behind it and a decent production and a good camera crew and quality camera crew, but other than that, the lyrics ain't no nothing. There's no type of emotional sentiment in the music anymore. I remember it was a time, that you listened to music and you felt some type of way Now when you listen to this shit, you know, if you in the right spirit, it's empty as hell. Unlike these 2/3 out here, when they hear this shit, they get turned up because they ready to go chitty chitty bang bang. They ready to pull out the pew pews on you. But men like us, when we hear this bullshit, we don't get excited for it, man. And this is why me personally, I listen to like a lot of older music, you know, going back to the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Hell, the music in the 90s was on a whole different level than what it is today. And most old heads say that music in the 90s was trash. But even then, they can relate and say, well, they had some good cuts in the music in the 90s, man. Like, that would never be another R. Kelly or, you know, a Leah. Or that would never be another some good R&B, a SWV. You know, those rap groups, even though they were set in folly because it promoted a lot of adultery and whoredom, but it just had a certain sound to it. Okay, there would never be another group like Bone Thugs and Harmony. Migos will never come close to Bone. I don't give a fuck nobody say. Impossible. You know? But let's go here to the book of Luke. I think it's Luke 6 and 25. Matter of fact, let's start at verses 20. And it says, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of the Most High. Yeah, we gonna get the kingdom, man. So you have to count it all joy and sacrifice to give up this wicked world to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. Because it could be very frustrating knowing that, you know, you have the understanding of the keys of the universe through Yahweh Shai's spirit, and yet that's just being totally shitted on because the world don't know Yahweh Shai. That's why we marvel not. But it says here, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yahweh. Blessed are ye that are hunger now, for ye should be filled, and blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. So, you know, there's going to come a tipsy-turny, so to speak, because the Heavenly Father, he operates in complete balance. Okay, it will be unrighteous for us to go through all this hell just for a bunch of Edomites to go hand in hand with us in the kingdom and rule and have joint rulership. That it don't work that way. But you got the likings of Vocab Malone and you other apologists and you stupid Christians out there trying to say, well, everybody can make it. Well, that would make everything unbalanced, because if everybody can make it, then why don't we have a fair shake in this current world? See, you people don't understand the Bible. And if you think you do, it's because you're under a strong delusion, you know. But it says, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye should be filled. And blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast your name out as evil for the Son of Man's sake. And hey, we have countless of stories of family members or women or friends and people that we've once meshed with, then totally didn't do dirt on our existence, man. Are you in a cult? You ain't right. You evil. You hateful. You don't like nobody. You in that, you know, you're brainwashed. I mean, we heard all types of shit, man. And it says here, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in a like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe to you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. That's right. So the fact that you have a national holiday in captivity, hey, you better believe you on the Most High's the hit list, man. Okay, because NBA Youngboy, he ain't a top rapper, man. He's literally like he's low level as far as vibration wise, man. Money wise too. He may got a couple of millions and shit like that, but he would never reach the likings of a Jay-Z. They would never make another billionaire nigga that rap. All right, niggas like him, they'll get 2-3 years of glory, and then all of a sudden you'll find them dead, cold case file. Look at what happened to King Von. You know, they only let that nigga get so far. Look at what happened to FBG Duck. You know, look what happened to Young Dolph. And that's just to name a few. This nigga, what's this guy's name that was chasing Spence, Errol Spence? What's this nigga's name? Mo3. The one that called Spence to get into the car wreck. That dude. You know, somebody put a bag on that nigga's head. Now he's in the spirit world. So it's a bittersweet situation. But it says, but woe to you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. But woe to you that are full, for ye shall, it says, for ye shall hunger. And woe to you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. And woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. For so did their father the false prophets, man. Okay? And that's just where we at with it. This world is full of evil and perils. It's falsified, man. go here. Was it Proverbs 28, 29? It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Yeah, we're mourning, you know? And the fact that you elevate a nigga in captivity, that shows you that it's something deeper behind it. Because out of all the shit that, you know, the positivity that Jake can do, this is what they're notarized for. Like Denzel Washington. Out of all the prominent roles he had, from Malcolm X to John Q, from Israel Esquire to Glory, to Man on Fire, to Hurricane, to He Got Game, you know, to Equalizer, Training Day was the one he actually got the Oscar for. Ain't that some shit? When he played a purebred nigga, a grimy ass nigga, he gets nominated for that. And he's done way better movies than Training Day. I mean, Training Day is a good movie, but people made it seem like, I mean, his acting was superb, but I've seen him in way better diverse roles. I'm like, okay, he just being a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, he had good quotes and that shit. He was cutting up, but I've seen Denzel in way better films with way better dramatic acting than what he did in Training Day. Training Day was good, but it wasn't the best shit Denzel then did. You know, even though Alonzo was a nigga, that nigga Alonzo was off the chain. He said he said how the big boys touch your ankles, man. He said them big boys how you touch your ankles. He said, that nigga said, he said, you said suck my D, bitch. He said, you want me to, then he started clicking the guns and shit. I mean, yeah, he was cutting up, you know, but still, I've seen Denzel do way better shit than Training Day. But Training Day stands out because Esau promotes niggerdom, bro. All right? One last precept and we'll cut it loose. Sirach 10, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. This ain't no prudent government, man. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Yeah, a bunch of degenerates, man. Bunch of wicked, grimy ass niggas, a bunch of killing, murdering devils. Okay, a bunch of freaks. The women all bugged out. It says, in what manner of men the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell in. So if you got a wicked, unrighteous ruler, then just imagine how the people gonna be. The people are unrighteous, they're wicked. And it says, an unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them that are in authority, the city should be inhabited. And the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. All right, and clearly it ain't this dude, you know. That's a beautiful butterfly. But anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Lord, is where you will edify into the next lesson. Shalom.